No judgment, but we gonna talk. I'm sleeping with my sister's fiance. Yeah, the first line already had me shook when I trust me. Okay, let's keep going. I'm sleeping with my sister's fiance, comma. She doesn't treat him well. I want to make it official, but I worry about losing my other family members. I could care less about her relationship with her. How can I come out about this without being judged? Girl, I feel like I wish I had a sip of like some type of alcohol, because child, I feel like, whew, that is fully loaded like a baked potato, honey. Welcome back to another episode of Chatty Chit Chats with your girl, Chatty. This is a podcast where we get into all things relationships. We discuss challenges, the different questions, the different wild things that come up in all kinds of relationships. On this podcast, we'll be giving out some advice. I'll be giving out my truest opinions and my truest thoughts, which, just a disclaimer, it's not always right, and that's okay, right? We're going to share our opinions. You guys can go ahead and share in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, shouts out to you. The first question that we have today, we're going to jump right into it. Okay, these questions are sent in from you guys, our viewers. I find them online as well through like viral posts and things like that. So the first question is it okay? The first question is it okay to date a friend's ex? Is it okay to date a friend's ex? My first thing is, I have a question for you. Why? Why do you need to date your friend's ex? Why? Because my thing is, like, the pool is so big. Why are you drawn to the... Okay, so if you have to, if the situation is... Because, maybe there are situations where your friend very, very briefly talked to this person, or the situation was very short, didn't really count. But that's something that you would have to communicate, I feel like, with your friend. If this is a friend that you really consider, you value as a friend, I feel like that's something that you really need to pull your friend aside and be like, look, that ex number 2 over there, what's up? Like, what are your feelings around him or her? Because I may have some interest, and I want to know before I decide to pursue how you would feel about that. Now, to be very honest, if the person is going to have a problem with that as your friend, which I think is a valid, issue, like, why you want to be where I've been? Why you want my seconds, child? Even if we ain't do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like even bringing it up as a topic, depending on your friend, that could really rub somebody the wrong way. Like, so you were okay to even consider that, So I think take into consideration the type of friend that you have, the way they move, how you think they might take that. But also at the end of the day, do you? You gonna do what you want to do regardless. Do you? But if you're gonna do it, I think try to do it in the best ways, which would be to communicate with your friend. Okay. I don't know if it's okay to date a friend's ex. In my world, in my circle, that's a big no-no. But, in some circles, it's okay. So, check with your friends. Maybe ask another friend that's in your circle to see, what they think. Okay. Let's get into the next question. Y'all go ahead in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, like I said, and go ahead and share your thoughts. The next question is, let's get our handy dandy little chatty cards. Okay. Should couples have their own personal space even if they live together? So should couples have their own personal space even if, of course. I strongly believe in keeping your personal space, your individuality. Like, there's a lot you need to have that me time to recoup. It's okay to miss your boo. Y'all ain't gotta be all up under each other all day by tea and bench. Some couples these days even have, like married couples, they have separate rooms. So personally, I think separate rooms are okay, but we're not sleeping in separate rooms. Like, you can have your separate room to go do your business during the day, have your game room or whatever it is. But for me, you need to be in my bed at night. We need to be in the same bed. You know what I'm saying? So I think personal space is definitely important, but obviously there should be balance when it comes to that. So yeah, definitely having some personal space. I think it's very healthy in a relationship, and it's important. It's important, okay? No need to be controlling your person and what they want to do all day and be all up under them and forcing them to be all up under you, child. Let them breathe. Let them breathe. These questions are pretty easy today, so I'm kind of rolling through them. Typically, I wanted to go through about 3 questions, but each episode. But we're gonna keep it pushing, okay? Some questions don't require too much. The next question is twerking on someone cheating? Is twerking on someone cheating? What do y'all think? Is twerking on someone cheating? So you go to the club, you're with your boo, and your boo just starts, twerking hard on someone else. What's your immediate thoughts? Is that a yay or a nay, or what's happening? What is your reaction going to be? I think, first of all, this is like, there's context needed because, okay, twerking, I mean, first of all, in a lot of cultures, like, twerking is what we do. It's just what we do. For me, I think it's about duration. It's about duration for me, baby. How long you gonna be in there twerking? How long you be grinding on that booty? How long? I think it's okay to have fun. I don't think it's a big deal to dance with other people. That's my personal opinion. But I do think it can be cheating depending on, how far someone's going. There's boundaries that you just shouldn't be crossing in your relationship. And for some people, because I found this question actually on Twitter, on a Twitter forum, and I did see some people saying, like majority of people actually were saying that twerking is cheating. Twerking on somebody else is cheating when you're in a committed relationship. And I beg to differ a little bit. I just feel like it depends on the context. It depends on with who too. Because if I'm in the club with my girls and, we want to get a 1-2 twerk on each other, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Again, duration. I think duration is probably the biggest thing here, where it's like, okay, how long are you spending time with that person and giving them your attention, giving them that ass? You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure this is a more controversial topic than I'm making it seem, because I'm just sharing my opinion. I do wish I had a guest for this question. So please share your thoughts in the comments. I would love to know what y'all think about this. Like, even just dancing. So twerking is just one level of dancing. There's other forms of dancing, like, and some of those salsa moves, they be grinding up on each other, like kneecap and crotch. You know what I'm saying? Would that be cheating if you were doing it with somebody who wasn't your partner? Is dancing just not allowed in a relationship with other people? And if so, if it is, what is the limit? What are the boundaries? What's not okay? What's okay? Are these conversations that y'all are having in your relationship? Like, are y'all talking about this? Or y'all about to be shocked when you see your boo allowing twerking or twerking on someone else? What you gonna do? Think about these things. Like, these are real scenarios. We go out all the time, and then if for example, somebody comes up to your spouse and starts twerking on them, and you don't like it, what is your reaction going to be to that? Is that something you're going to try to discuss in the moment, pull your partner away physically? What's your response? Me personally, if I feel like my partner is maybe crossing boundaries with someone and allowing too much to go on where I'm starting to feel uncomfortable, I will give my partner a little look. If they catch it, great. If not, because there may be too into the twerk. Twerk is a little too sweet, so they don't even see me. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna watch them low key. They ain't gonna know how hard I'm watching, but I'm gonna be watching real fucking hard. I'm gonna be watching real hard. But they won't know. It won't be obvious to anyone else. But as soon as they're done and they try to come dance up on me, they gonna know. They gonna know. When we get home, it's gonna be like, what was that? Oh, got a little carried away or what? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, these are conversations that I think are important because, you know, you never know somebody's capacity, and some people really don't, you know, some people really do consider this as cheating. What are cheating? What is considered cheating in your relationship? Those are the things we got to think about. Yeah, that was a good question. Is twerking on someone cheating? Think about it. Ask a friend. Tell me in the comments what you think. Let me know. Let's get into the next juicy chatty chit chat question, okay? Hey, this is a chatty break. Are you enjoying this podcast? Be sure to like and share with a friend. Also, send in your relationship questions and scenarios to Chatty Chit Chats on Instagram to possibly be anonymously featured on the podcast. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to check out the visual podcast on YouTube sometime. Thank you so much for your support on Chatty Chit Chats podcast. We will now resume this episode. This one took up a whole card. Yeah, this one took up a whole card, y'all. Be prepared to have your mouth on the jaw. I mean, your jaw on the floor, child. Be prepared to have your jaw on the floor, okay? So this question is, okay, it's a statement first. It's a confession. This is more of a confession. And shouts out to the person who sent this, because you were brave talking about this in the live stream, okay? Yeah. No judgment, but we gonna talk. I'm sleeping with my sister's fiance. Yeah, the first line already had me shook when I trust me. Okay, let's keep going. I'm sleeping with my sister's fiance, comma. She doesn't treat him well. I want to make it official, but I worry about losing my other family members. I could care less about her relationship, a relationship with her. How can I come out about this without being judged? Girl, I feel like I wish I had a sip of like some type of alcohol, because child, I feel like, whew, that is fully loaded like a baked potato, honey. Okay. First of all, not you sleeping with your sister's fiance, number one, child. And then you were trying to find out a way to bring it into 2024. Girl. She said, I want to make it official. And she said she said that her sister doesn't treat him well. She wants to make it official, but she's worried about losing her family outside of her sister. Okay, y'all, let's break this down. First of all, you're wrong. You're wrong. Girl, what's going on? Like, why? How did we get here? How did that first initial thing happen? And to allow this to get to this point where you're fully, clearly in some type of love or infatuation to where you want to go and share it with your family. So I'm assuming that your sister doesn't know. So at this point, he's cheating on your sister with you. Girl, I'm not proud. I'm really, this one has me a little bit, bothered. Because, girl, first of all, I don't think you should be, trying to bring this out to your family members. I feel like you need to fizzle this out. This is not okay. Is a relationship with this person worth losing your relationship with your sister and possibly with family members? Because I would assume that this would become like a taking sides type of thing where your family's going to end up taking her side because you fucked up. Were you thinking that when you asked me this, because you did ask me this on the live, and I told you I was going to put it on the podcast. And you said, that's great. You were so enthused, because you told us you came with your burner page to ask the question because you already knew. That's the thing. Once you know you coming with the burner page to ask a question like this, you fucked up. Right? See, that's number one. You already knew. You got me all confuzzled. And another thing is, you knew I wasn't going to co-sign this or encourage this or support this. Like, girl, why? You didn't say anything that, that you and your sister are estranged or anything that would make me feel like this in any shape or form is okay. Because it's not. It's not. You talking about you want to make it official. You want to make it official. You should be worried about losing your damn family members, because why? Like, my best advice to you is to fizzle this out with this person and hope to gosh that your sister does not find this out and you don't lose your sister, a relationship with your sister. So you say you could care less about her. I need to know more context. Like, I wish I had you on the podcast, child, because you said you could care less about your sister. Is it that you could care less about your sister because of this person? Or, like I asked before, is it like that you guys are estranged? Even in an estranged situation, this still to me would be a no-go. Why you want somebody that was all up in your sister? Child, this is a little messy one. This one is messy. This one is messy, girl. You a messy one, okay? We love you, okay? Love and light. But you is messy. This is very disrespectful. This is very hurtful. Let's talk in serious terms. This is, I don't think this is a good decision, and I don't think this is a good choice for you to try to continue, to try to want to introduce to your family, to possibly introduce this man to your family as your man now, right? Your sister was about to marry him. Now he's your man. And then for him to possibly do the same thing he's doing to her to you with another woman. And then for you to now have lost your sister and your family. And to have this thing on your reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it worth it? Some of the things that, you know, some of these women out here, some of y'all women out here, you know, are willing to, you know, sacrifice for a man needs to change. You know, I would hope that you're putting this much energy into yourself and hopefully into like your family, because clearly with this question, it's not giving that. And I'm sorry to say it, tough love on that one. I don't really have anything good to say about that. That's horrible. Horrible. But y'all, I would love to know what y'all feedback is on that comment, on that question. Sorry. So comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. What would you have answered differently? Was I too harsh? Let me know. Because, you know, Chatty can be a little harsh. I'm very direct. You know, and I got a little attitude. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think about that question. And we're going to get right into the next one. Okay, so the question is it fair to split household chores in a relationship when you live together? What do you mean, is it fair? First of all, I'm not with the whole 50-50 in relationships thing. I think it's almost impossible to truly be 50-50 in a real relationship. I think it's more about becoming a partnership and taking the roles that fit you best, that you are best at. For example, you know, one of the people in the relationship might be working and making money all day, right? And the other member of the relationship may be home with the children. And I'm just talking about a scenario where it's a married couple with kids, for example, and where there's a party that stays home. Of course, the party that stays home is going to end up doing a lot more of the housework, because that comes with the territory with the kids, making food, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you're going to pick up and you're going to do what you can there in that area. When your spouse comes home from work, if they have the energy, because it depends on the type of work that your spouse does. Like, there's a lot of different things that come into play when answering this kind of question. It's not going to be black and white. It's not going to be the same for every family, and it's not going to be the same for everyone, you know? And some people are just able to do a little bit more, and some people need it to be a little bit more cut down the middle, because they are a both, you know, a two working couple. Like, I don't know how to say it, but both of the parties in the couple are working. And so, you know, it does need to be split down the middle a little bit more. But I think that there's always a balance that's needed. And I think, you know, when your spouse has a day off, if you're the one that cleans a little bit more, when your spouse has a day off, you know, they could jump in and you guys could do it together, or, you know, they could take over and do that day. But I think it's all about a balance in your relationship, and it's all about what works for you and your spouse and your family, right? There's no cookie cutter answer for, you know, who should do more in a household. I do think it should be balanced. You know, I think if we're talking about heterosexual couples, yeah, a lot of times it's not balanced, it's not fair. A lot of times it's being left all on the woman because, yeah, she's home with the kids. And it gets forgotten that being home with the kids is a job in itself. We're doing a lot. You know, for the ones that are home with the kids, I am one of those. Shouts out to all the parents that are the stay-at-home parent. You know, it is a lot of work, and sometimes things can get swept under, like, of how much you do, or like you don't feel like it's, you know, your spouse understands how much you're really doing. And I guess that could be said for the spouse that's at work as well. You know, both sides. Like I said, context matters, and it depends on what's going on in your relationship. But we do need to make sure that whatever your role is in your relationship, make sure that you do it well, and make sure it's something that you've communicated with your partner, that this is what my roles are in this relationship, and this is what my roles are. This is what makes us work well as a family. However, make sure that you're also looking at your partner's role and looking at what you can do to help them in their role at times, especially if you know that your position is not as strenuous as maybe your partner's. Think about the ways that you can help them, you know, do their part a little bit better on the days that you have the time or you're able to. And I think that's what it's about, is working together, communicating when you're struggling or you're unable to do some of the things that you are supposed to be doing on your end. Make sure you communicate those things to your partner. See if you can get some support. See if your partner is able to support you and do, you know, some of your part with you. Sometimes you crisscross and you can manage both things, so it's a little bit easier for you to slide over and help them with what they need help with. When you have kids, both parents are supposed to be helping regardless. You know, sometimes during the day, yeah, one parent does have the primary care, and that's what they do. But overall, it's both of your kids. So when the other parent is off work after taking some time for themselves, if there's time for that and it's not bedtime, of course they should jump in and see what they can do to help this or that. And, you know, just help your partner, really. Because I'm about to go on a whole essay discussing how sometimes fair doesn't look the same for everyone in their relationships. And, you know, what the roles are in a relationship can look very different. All this gender role stuff, I feel like it needs to be non-existent. Let's do what works best for each person in our relationship. You know, some men are better chefs, better cooks. Let them play that role if that's what they're good at. As some women are just better at doing handy things. Whatever it is that you're good at, that's the role that you should attempt to take on, but communicate with your partner that you would like to take on in the relationship, or that you feel that would make things flow easier, have less stress, less anxiety, less worry, and just have our family do well. I would love to hear your answers on all of these questions. Please be sure to drop your comments down below. Drop your opinions, your perspectives, your thoughts. Anything you think I could have answered well, let me know, okay? I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this podcast, and I'm so excited to be able to share these thoughts and these opinions and answer some questions for you guys. So until the next episode, love and light. Let's get chatty. I will see y'all in the next episode. Love and light from your girl, Chatty. Until the next episode. Bye. Bye, guys.